Hi, friends. Good evening. Welcome to our live chat. Dr. Alka is back with us today, and today's topic is very interesting. The topic is about online learning. The online learning has just begun. So, ma'am, could you please shed some light on online learning and how things are like seeing the current scenario?
Online learning is the need of the hour. It is not a choice, but about almost every single child today in the world is undergoing online learning in 186 countries, and millions of kids are undergoing an online learning processes. Initially, the schools were not even ready with the online, but because of the COVID-19 pandemic and everything getting into a social isolation, people had to start thinking about children studying at home. There are lots of advantages of online learning processes. The first of all, it is much more engaging because all kinds of multimedia is used. There's so many online resources are available. Children are having more engaging classrooms. Not only that, the supervisors, the senior leadership of the school can enter a class just on a click of a finger. And that is why the teachers are very well prepared within the classroom. The flexibility of the time and space is another very positive factor for the online learning, because the children today are learning from the comfort of their home. Within the four walls of home, they're operating right at the most convenient place at home. And then it saves time because no child has to travel to school and travel back from school, which itself is such a huge task. Children also find it very interesting. The reason being, the assessments are ongoing and more regular in the online learning processes. Harvard School research has proven that very soon online learning will take over the traditional learning, because by the time pandemic is over, people will be so used to the way the online classes go on. The panic was really there initially when the online classes started. The parents were worried about children's socialization, children not studying in touch with the teacher directly one to one, and all such factors were bringing a lot of concern. But today, I strongly believe that all that can be substituted by the virtual platforms. Children are even having pajama parties on the virtual, on Zoom platforms or team platforms. And the reason here is that social needs are of utmost importance. And the parents who are cautious, they are going an extra bound to ensure that children get that. And children now have started enjoying it. Even Netflix has come up with something called Party Time, where children can watch the same movie together, sitting into different places of their own comfort zones. See, something which comes to you suddenly, unexpected, you become very, very scared of it. Like suddenly if somebody throws a snake on you and you get into a panic state because you never expected it to be there. And that becomes an excessively fear, the phobia. But suddenly you realize, oh, that was just a dummy snake. Your whole mindset changes. You become so relaxed. You don't overreact to the situation. So the fact remains that once the online classes started, there were a lot of parents, they were not very happy about it. And they reacted over negatively. But let me tell you, parents here, that if you think negative about the online learning, your children will certainly not enjoy it as much as they would otherwise. Because when they listen to the adults discussing within the four wall of the house with other adults talking negative points of the online learning, do you have a choice? You actually don't have a choice. So I again come back to my concept of ABC and AUC. All about the things which are beyond your control and about the things which are under your control. Do you really have a choice today? You don't. So if you focus your energies on the circle which is beyond your control, it will give you nothing but anxiety and worries. But if you focus on the circle which is within your control, under your control, then the things are different because your focus changes and then you enjoy making things possible. So if we say that socialization is really lacking because the kids are in the online learning processes, I'm sure you can use alternative platforms, have kids get-togethers arranged, get-together organized on these platforms, and let children enjoy the company of their friends from a distance. When we call that it is isolation, but it is not social isolation. Because social isolation is if we as human beings do not put enough efforts to support our children. And here the role of the parent has become much more significant. Earlier, it was parent and the teacher. So school and home, both were the partners of raising your children up. Now, because you are in the 24/7 vicinity of your child, certainly you have better control on the situation. And as a well-wisher, as an adult who's significant in the life of a child, I very strongly suggest that you start taking responsibility and give children better time. But here I would like to mention two things, which is about the parenting strategies. So they've been traditionally, we talk about three styles of parenting. We talk about authoritative parenting, which is very strict parenting, where you do not give any opportunity to the child to talk or participate. In that case, children are not very happy and neither they are great performers. We may have very passive parenting. Passive parenting is very liberal parenting. The child has a complete freedom to do anything at any time, no restrictions at all, which is the other extreme of the continuum. Even researchers have proven that children with that parenting style are not very happy. Neither they are great performers. The reason being they become very demanding and at times they behave very rude and they become bullies. The third kind of parenting, which is democratic parenting, where you do give your child an opportunity to participate in the process of the parenting process. You're so cautious about what the child is doing. You love abundantly, you guide amazingly, you remain around your children. You know that how to be lovingly firm but not be overtly strict. You do significantly understand that physical punishment is not at all accepted. And if you raise them up with highest self-esteem and with positive words, for sure children learn to take responsibility. They participate in day-to-day family responsibilities. They are happy learners. They are happy human beings and they are great performers. So parenting should be very cautious and very careful. I wish you all powerful parenting.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for all this tip and guidance, especially on the on the different parenting style. I hope all the parents now will be able to parent better. We have a question from our viewer. She's asking, e-learning versus traditional learning, which one is best according to you?
Well, I again take you down to those two circles, AUC and ABC. We talk about which one is better. This is not the time to discuss that. Because if we get into discussion, we actually are venturing into the arena of ABC. We are venturing into the arena of something which is beyond you, which is beyond your control. So if I sit here and preach and say, no, the traditional learning and teaching is better, and online learning has so many limitations, this outlook will only sadden you. It will not support you. It will bring worry. It will bring anxiety and probably fear about your child's future. So I would say the smart people are the one who go with the wave. You remember the Stone Age, and then came the Iron Age, and today we talk about satellite age. So everything is available on a platter. Why not we use it? When the Iron Age man started using iron, why not a satellite age man start to use the satellite byproducts and enjoy them to the benefit? Let me tell you one positive thing of pandemic, if this COVID-19 is that we all have started exploring the benefits of online learning. And today, if I am on a Facebook Live, which I wasn't when this wasn't there, so I'm sure that it makes a big difference. So we start exploring the options and possibilities when the need arises. Necessity is the mother of invention. So let's invent and enjoy it. But anyways, your question I would answer, I certainly believe online learning is better than traditional teaching and learning.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Ma'am, we have one more question from our followers. She's asking that the child is not sitting in front of the laptop. How do I make her sit for a longer duration?
All right, that's a very, very good question. But a question is a little vague because a child not able to sit in front of the laptop could be just a learnt behavior, or it could be because of some hidden learning need. But certainly this is a behavior concern. And when we talk about such kind of behavior, any behavior where you think something which is very good for the child and child fails to do it, it is certainly in the hand of the significant adult in the psychosocial ambience of the child to see how to induct it. And if you fail to do it, I would have very strongly recommend that we have a coming weekend onwards a program called Applied Behavior Analysis for the parents, teachers, SEN coordinators, for learning support assistants, shadow teachers, etc. And this program will teach you how can you get the kind of desired behavior out of your children. Just to give you a few tips, a very, very popular way is you associate reinforcement with the desired behavior. Every occurrence of a wanted behavior should be reinforced. Every occurrence of an unwanted behavior should be negatively reinforced. And if you start doing it, you will be amazed to see that how you are able to help your child have more sitting tolerance. But let me mind you here that if your child has any kind of a hidden special need, then the methods become little challenging and difficult. But then also ABA, which is applied behavior analysis, will give you amazing results for the children on the spectrum, ASD spectrum, or on the continuum of ADHD, which is attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, the children who have very, very low sitting tolerance.
Thank you, ma'am. One last question before we go. Ma'am, some parents are showing concerns regarding the prolonged screen time. Any advice to them?
See, when we talk about the school-related screen time, we're talking about, depending upon the age and the class of the child, it does not exceed 4 to 5 hours. And that much time is perfectly all right. Instead of having a concern on the screen time, I think we should look into the child's physical well-being by seeing that he does regular eye exercises, there's a proper light arrangements, there's a proper distance from the screen, which are the things which you need precautionary measures which you should take care of. Like when we talked about pandemic, we all started washing our hands regularly. We all started using sanitizers. Yes, sorry. So we all started using sanitizers more regularly. The fact remains that when arise a need, look for it. I mean, don't allow your child to lie down on the bed and be in a class. Don't appreciate your child. Personal hygiene is very important. That not take shower, not take bath, get up at the time of the class and just open your phone and be in the class. Use a proper laptop, use a proper desk, maintain a certain distance, see that the right kind of a light is arranged, and of course eye exercises are very, very strongly recommended. And not only eye exercises, I'll say for the emotional well-being, even breathing exercises. So if you can allow and guide them towards at least 5 minutes of eye exercises and 10 minutes of breathing exercises, I'm sure life will be fun. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Again, it is really, really big achievement for us to have you here on Live Talks and gain all this wisdom from you. I'll see you guys. I'll see you on Tuesday now.
Yes. So I am here live on EduScan Facebook page every Sunday, Tuesday and Thursday at 5 p.m. UAE time. Thank you very much, viewers, for being here with me. And I really enjoy this small snippet of time with you. And I would also suggest you to visit eduscangroup.com, our website, to get greater details about our forthcoming 1-hour webinars, because during the time of pandemic, it is my mission to reach out to more and more of you for your mental health, because I believe mental health is a journey, not a destination. So let's together work towards it. Be happy, stay fit. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank
See
you
you
very
on
much.
Tuesday.